And what's saying, there's nothing saying or guaranteeing that this won't happen again when he gets the help he needs, whatever it may be. But to continue to allow somebody to keep violating our laws and breaking our laws here and being a menace to our society and trying to create fear into our tribal employees and our tribal members, for us to allow that would be wrong. I said, very unfortunate. He can't grasp that concept. Today he's a guest here, but for the 3-4 incidents before, just the ones we know of, that he didn't grasp that then. Why, and it is our duty, like I presented to him today. If something happened to you or somebody else because of something you did, whose responsibility would it be? It would be ours, because we allowed it to happen and to continue to happen, knowing what we know. And I can honestly say it is nothing personal against the man. It's for the safety of our community. Maybe it's a lesson to him and other non-tribal members who come on to our tribal lands. And if you're going to be a guest here, then there's a certain way you should be acting, and you shouldn't be a threat and a nuisance to our community. Like I said, it's a sad deal all the way around, because it had to come to this. He didn't say, hey, I'm sorry, I screwed up and I shouldn't be here for a while. I need to go get help for myself. It was like when I asked him what is his purpose here after his breakup with his woman, he said, bring wellness here. So I don't know how causing chaos and harassing tribal members our tribal employees is wellness. I just failure to put that together. So that's my take. So, call for the vote. Lewis? Chris?
4.
Bailey?
Against.
Jewel?
4.
Cody? 4. Motion carries 4-4, 1 against. Tim?
I've got a number of different things, some of which you've seen. It shouldn't take long, but
Did you give me this Morris thing?
no, that one from Jody. That's one of the bids.
Jody,
Oh, I put it up there. They were emailed to me by Kylie.
oh, okay, from Enterprise?
That would, this one here, you did do a resolution on this last month. But this would have been to engage the engineers to do the application. We'd need an engineer to do that application for the RISE program. So in that reso, it just said to submit the application, but it didn't say to work with the engineers to do that. So I've included a new resolution and that planning phase in KLJ's cost.
I spoke with Brenda a little bit on this issue with KLJ. I spoke with Trish on the issues about KLJ. They are not a sole source. They are still required to adhere to the financial policies and procedures for requiring free bids. They're not a sole source.
So then,
And not only that, but I got a piece of paper that was provided to us from Tim Azure for KLJ. And in that piece of paper, KLJ, and we are getting this sent up to the auditors too as well, but KLJ recommends us to go against our financial policy, and that's a recommendation here. So that's an untrustworthy recommendation. And to say that, to make that recommendation to the tribal council is just to basically sway the decision in their favor. But we do need to still adhere, and there's no, bid sheet on here. There's no financial document or anything like that that we have required from any other purchase or any other expenditure over $5,000.
But there is.
You need to have more than just this one. We need to have 3 different bids on this.
But there is. I just handed out the customer ad proof. So
So it should be finalized through finance before it comes to us.
back in July of 2020, we put out a solicitation publicly. There's 3 different ads. One went into the Mitchell paper, one went into the Rapid City paper, and an ad went into, I believe, Sioux Falls.
Here.
Those ads advertised for an engineering company to help us do our projects so that each time we got a project, we wouldn't have to go out for bid because of the expense and the time that it takes to do it. So we went ahead and got a blanket purchase order with KLJ. Again, these were advertised for up to 10 days in the paper, and the resolution was signed to that agreement, and that agreement is in task order edition in that document that I just handed out. So they were solicited, and that contract will be ending. It's a 3-year contract, and it should be ending this year or early next, I believe in April. And we will go out for another bid if this council decides that that's how they want to procure an engineer.
And then just as a request for anything over $5,000 that it needs to be verified through finance. One of these documents needs to be in place, and if it really is the source, there needs to be
It isn't a sole source. It was bid out, Bailey.
Well, I know, and so we need the form that says the 3 bids, why there wasn't any 3 bids. We need this form, and it needs to be.
And if you look further in there, we did get
We
questions.
can't step over the process, is what I'm saying to you. There is a process that needs to take place in finance before we can approve this huge amount of spending. And that's part of our audit report too.
We already did the solicitation, Bailey.
A complete justification, there's no justification as to why, or nothing. And if you need copies of these, I will give you them. There are things that need to be in place with finance before we can allow this kind of spending. That's what I'm saying. It just needs to follow the proper procedure. Instead of trying to go around it.
This is for GA10. Yeah, and that.
That one there, right. That one there is the design of BIA 10. And again, if with what she's saying, we'd have to go back and now put it in the paper and solicit it. We already did that.
I didn't say you have to do that. I said you have to get the process complete through finance before it came to us.
Okay, what is that then again?
The financial policies and procedures.
Okay, I'll give them all of this, but I know that if we hold this up, especially with one in West Brule, if we don't get the asphalt laid on that and get that resolution done, then we're gonna miss that plant that's out right now in the area. And I'll go over that when I get it.
That one, yeah, and that one does have bids, she says. But this one don't.
It has a bid sheet. It has a bid sheet. I just gave it to you. That's a bid. We put it out. It was advertised.
Get it, send it through finance before it comes to us. verify that, because we got an audit, a major audit. We got an audit saying that we don't follow the policies and procedures. We just need to make sure, be a confirmation that this process was followed in.
In the tribe's financial policies, which were ratified by tribal council, it says that we need bids for every contract or every solicitation beyond $5,000. But it does not say that it has to necessarily come into council. I certainly don't have any trouble doing that. But that's what basically it says in our finance policies. Anything after $5,000 needs a bid.
So just get it all verified through finance and then bring it back to us whenever it's all verified that the spending is legitimate.
All right, the next one. If you, oops, excuse me.
So the raise grant,
We have time, we'll have time to go in and get whatever she needs in finance.
So she said that she was gonna drop that. I think we have this.
so
She dropped
approved grant application for raise planning grant. So
We already approved that.
yeah,
Yes, but it's not, again, I brought it back in because I wasn't sure if in the minutes, Christian made the motion is to go with an engineering firm of KLJ to do the raise grant application because it's a technical grant application and an engineering company has to do it. The last Tiger grant was done by the BIA. And then it was done a second time, like we talked yesterday, by the Federal Highway Engineering Division.
Smoke. So this was KLJ too, huh? And this is for 300,000 even?
Which one are you talking about now?
One you just handed to us. Once again, same situation, Tim. You're not listening to what I'm saying to you. You can't approve this type of spending, especially
We
$300,000.
have the money to do this.
Okay.
The money's
Get it-
already here.
Get it clear through finance first, so we don't have these things, these such big things on our audit. Especially since KLJ is the one who gave us some bad advice to say go against your policy. Just follow the policy and procedure and then it'll be fine. I don't know what that's the.
This last one is the Westboro asphalt project. And that one there is Morris. We went with, Chris said he could not do it. And then they talked with another asphalt company, which Jody, I think, sent today, and they could not do it. So the only ones that are left is Morris. And Morris currently has the asphalt plant on the reservation right now. All of these other contractors, including Enterprise, would have to buy the asphalt from them. And they do not have it. They want to close this out and they want to come in October this month to get it done.
I got a question, Tim. I'm trying to visualize these streets. That's West Brill. That's that square section, right?
they're all Westboro.
Yeah, I know, but,
Oh, Westboro, it's what we dug up during that sewer replacement project,
Westboro
99.
FY 99 project. And they,
which one's your street then?
mine's
Is this
Yeah.
yours in here?
Omaha Splinterhorn.
Omaha, okay.
Yeah.
How about that? That's split tail. Too hot. Split tail, that's is that by Trudy's? That's street,
I
right?
think
Clyde, do you have the
way
bids
down at the
from Kylie?
bottom. Say what?
Do you have the bids from Kylie?
I think that's what Jody sent up right here.
And then the too hot, Spotted Hawk, that must be the one back there by Bob Barrett's, huh?
Yeah, pretty sure it is.
So, right between there, you know, that road by the teen center? Is that included?
Yep. Yeah. There was like 1, 2. See, like between where Terry Londo and Anita lives, that was cut out this way and up that way, and then they had to dig up another 100 foot because there was a collapsed line in there. It wasn't flowing right, so they had to dig that up, and then that part again in front of Stewart's, up there, in front of Rhonda Drandrew's old place. I'm not sure if there was any on that stretch by Gladys's. Then the one over on my street.
Mr. Chairman, if I'm going to have to go back and do concurrences on these now, it's going to take me a long time to do it because these are
Should have been done in the first.
These are complicated projects, and if they are, I guess, again, too much to comprehend for some folks, then I'm going to have to go back and do concurrences on these.
For you to comprehend that, you need to go to the finance department and follow our financial policy.
So 18.
I'm not being disrespectful.
I shared everything with you, Faley, from day one on these projects.
Please stop.
Come on, guys, hang in there. We're almost done.
Shakopee is coming back and asking us why we're not spending the money. We're trying to spend this money to get this project off the ground. Now I'm going to go back and tell them that we're not going to be able to buy the building. And then I'm going to have to go to everything is there. Everything is in here. It's all there, including the solicitations for the engineers.
It shouldn't be a problem.
So are all the bids done on this one? On that last one?
Okay, so she gives us 2 bids. And this is what she just showed me. One is Morris for $165,575 for the total. The other one is Bituminous something, and theirs is for $152,671. And she said the third bid, they were not.
Well, then Enterprise can do it.
Well, the third bid.
Visit with Enterprise because they're about ready
Not
to
from
leave.
Enterprise.
So who was the third one?
Bituminous.
I don't see a third one.
Yeah, the third one, she said they were not available for 2 years.
So we got a minimum of 2 anyway, and this has to be closed out this year. There's no more extensions on it.
Are you including Enterprise in there?
Oh, yeah, well, Enterprise don't have no asphalt company. I mean, they can't do it. They only have the machinery or the machines to make asphalt. They would contract it or sub it out.
For that one, I want to make the motion to approve the low bid of the bituminous upon completion of the financial documents that need to be in place.
Where's my sheet that I gave you so I can take a look at it?
Chris
got it.
Chris? And these guys come in and get it done? Before this year's over? That's the question. Oh, this is,
This one?
oh, this is for the,
No clue.
the asphalt job.
The asphalt's gonna be gone, and it's gonna go up. We've got $185,000 left in that contract, and we got $165,000 bid. I don't know what that includes on the other one because I didn't see it.
So that one, I mean, obviously they're aware that if they enter into a contract for the bid,
Did Chris ever call you about this?
Kylie just told me that she would get the bids in.
But we're running out of time.
Those are them, those are the ones she cut in, so that's why I'm recommending for the low bids. And then upon completion of the required financial documents.
So what all needs to be done?
I think she just needs to submit those, and then for the third bid, just say that they get some kind of thing in there saying that they couldn't come for 2 years.
I mean, with Tim's situation, what has to be followed exactly, the procurement policy?
Yeah, the financial policy and procurement.
What does it say?
I mean, financial policies and procedures.
What does it say?
It says there has to be 3 bids.
Has to be 3?
That's why the audit is having a problem.
Yep, that's the major ding on our audit. And we're getting blamed in finance department. It's our fault that we're getting those dings because we accept that type of.
But there ain't nothing you can do if you don't get a third bid. I mean,
No, I'm not talking, she's, like I said, my motion is to state go with the.
but
low bid.
my question is then on a bituminous, whatever you want to call it, can they get the job done by the end of this year? That is the question, because this contract has to be closed out by the end of the year. IHS will not allow any more extensions.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we have to.
And I'm assuming that was already communicated to them when they were asked to solicit for the bid.
But do we have that in writing for sure? I mean, that's where it comes back to, because I don't see it on this.
Also,
This is from Tim. There's nothing from, where's Enterprise?
Does anybody have Chris's phone number? No, it's not. Enterprise didn't put in.
Enterprise got the contract for the West Brew Sewer project. It was their job to line up the paving company to come back and patch up the holes that they tore up in the road.
So can we call Chris?
Call me up if he answers for you, 295-4741.
but there's going to be times where you cannot get 3 bids.
Yeah, so then that's the same thing with the school. When you can't get 3 bids, or even like with you guys, when you guys submitted bids and said that they wouldn't be available, or, you know what I mean, they wouldn't be able to make it complete at the time, there's something in writing that says that.
But I think in that policy, what you're talking about, that procurement policy, does it talk about if you can't get a third bid, you could do an explanation why you can't?
Yeah, and then there's something
the
that.
auditor will accept that.
Yep. And then also too, when you solicit for that bid and they say, oh, we don't have the time to do this in this year, then that is actually documentation saying, okay, that is the third bid. We solicited for that third bid, but they are not available. So what did you say his number was, Clyde?
295-4741.
4741?
He's on a 2-week church retreat, so he's.
So then can we call Kylie?
So what, this deal with, I don't quite understand. In order for these things to pass, it has to go to finance office first?
I'm sorry.
How come finance office first? What's the reason behind that?
See them or not? There's the finance documents that have to be in place before we can submit those pay requests for anything over 5,000. And that's like these things right here. So, and then there's a little box on the top. That's an old one. So I just had those freaking new ones in my hand. Oh, right here. So see, finance has up here to say that it's in compliance with their policies and procedures. And that's all I'm asking for.
Why can't you run back to get it?
It needs to be submitted the request. So there's a number of different, there's a payment request that needs to be submitted as well. The 3 quotes, and then, the invoices. And, there's just a lot of things that need to be included with this and the pay request, and it needs to be signed off by finance.
So what can you do as secretary treasurer to hurry that up?
Everybody's been complying with it. Everybody does submit their bill. Everybody does submit theirs. And so I wrote this memo saying that all requests for purchases over $5,000 must be submitted for approval through the regular tribal council. For the Lower Blue Sioux Tribe Finance Management Policies and Procedures, a proper documentation, including the 3 bids to purchase form are required. Tribal council concurrence will be in absolute emergency situations. And then, a form will need to be returned to tribal council secretary as for signature. No council signature will be obtained without proper form documentation and a final approval from the finance department. In case of a sole source purchase, a complete justification must be included.
Can't we call this situation an emergency?
This is the procedure that we need to follow. But it needs that emergency, so then that's what the concurrence, and it needs to be on these documents from the finance, and finance needs to
So
sign.
what can you do as secretary treasurer to get this passed today?
As soon as we get the proper documentation in place from the finance department saying that we are compliant with our policies and procedures. And it should have
Are they
been.
in today?
So whenever.
Are they in today? Excuse me.
So whenever people come in with, you've seen these before, right? You've seen these before.
Yeah.
So they do come in just like Lance does. They do come in with the 3 bids. They do come in with a complete application before it comes to us, with the sign off of the finance department before it comes to us. So, you know what I'm saying? So that, all that stuff needed to be in place before it came here, but it just seems like there's an intent to skip over this, and that's what has been happening in the past, and that's why our audits are having a problem. Can I call Kylie real quick about this other issue? Okay.
So can we do anything,
As soon as,
or can you
as soon as she
assist
gets
them?
that complete,
Can we do some of this?
anyway, to get this passed today?
no,
These are the 3 bids, and then it's signed up. But you can have,
Yeah, I know, I
She'll
understand.
have like,
Seems like
no, they think we gotta go.
as they get the ball rolling. Running out of time.
there's the. Can you tell me what kind of number it is? Wait for zero?
What do we need on this?
I know, I'm gonna call Kylie.
We need approval to, on the,
And we approve it and get what we need later? Nada.
Because we don't have 3 bids to make the decision, determine the decision.
Okay, well then, table it and we'll move on.
No, yeah, we did. But, so I made a motion to, go with the low bid on the asphalt project.
no, I understand that, but we need to hear from Enterprise. Can those guys do it this year? That's the thing, because the contract has to be closed out. They've already extended us, 2 years on this project. And that's why they were supposed to have their ducks in a row before this meeting, so we could shore this up. And I asked about that. Who was it gonna be, Morris or this other company? And I thought the talks was because Morris was already doing 1806, they would just come in here and do this because Enterprise didn't even have the equipment to pack and clean the holes, right?
Yes.
So anyways, I have a motion on the table.
There's a motion on the table. Is there a second?
I'm confused now.
Okay, so I spoke with Kylie about the asphalt project.
Yeah. No, I know that, but the motion right now is on the low bid for that.
And I said I would make a motion to go with the low bid and, with the proper finance documents in place, because we don't have, and we can't get a hold of Kylie or Chris right now, but that 3rd bid is not available for 2 years, so I just want her to submit something with that 3rd bid saying that, and that form that I just showed Cody. Act, move on it now, so that's why I'm recommending to go, or making a motion to go with low bid. Because we have to do something today about it, right?
I'll second.
Second by Chris. Any discussion, Chris? Haley,
Nope.
Bill,
No.
Cody.
Yep.
Okay, wait for the vote until he comes back. Um, 5336 was the August, while we're waiting. 5336 was the tribal enrollment at the end of August 23 this year. And on the email I got from Mr. Larry Wright, NCAI, but I never got no reply back from the guy that he sent the email to, that Lower Bruce Sioux Tribes is requesting a $150 membership fee. There's no confirmation that that was going to be accepted. So if you look back on the members dues, section C, this goes, the first section C goes by your revenues, how much your tribe gets in revenues per year. So if we're bringing in between 5 and 10 million revenue, our fee is going to be 6,500. If it's between 1 million to 5 million, it's $1,300 membership fee, 500, so forth.
You know what we were paying before?
That's what I was trying to find out. Remember I asked, who was that? They said the last time we paid was 2019, Larry Wright said. He didn't say what amount we paid.
Oh, so we used to be members of it? I don't have that. Why don't I have that?
Yeah, that really,
That's good.
so if you pay $30,000 a year,
Those rich tribes, buddy.
no kidding. But I'm trying to understand, it says tribal enrollment,
A flat bit.
and then it has a number beside it.
On the bottom, oh yeah, the number of votes, that's
If we had, what'd you say, 53?
5336 is our enrollment as of the end of August 23.
We'd be in that 4501 to 5500 and 150 votes.
So then it goes back to what was our revenue last year? And 5 million and 10 million, or 1 million and 5 million?
Our revenue?
Oh, we operate in a deficit.
So how do they, I don't understand the number of votes.
It's a hard one.
So they must, kind of like a weighted student union and
Something.
yeah. They vote on something.
So that revenue includes like the grant fundings and all that stuff too? No?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's why I said we got finance workers have been over there more years than I've been here. They should know. They pay the bills.
No, I'm talking about this, that they want national.
So our fee would be 150.
No, I honestly, I got a feeling it's the 6,500.
65.
It's either 65 or
5 to 10.
1,300.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's our revenue.
Sure.
Because if you look at the lost revenue Deb took out of ARPA was 5 million. So go figure 5 million. She's sitting lost revenue. So we got to be between 5 and 10 million, which our cost share would be 6,500, or we have to draft a letter requesting to NCI to waive that and only charge us the lowest rate, $150.
Did you send us a little something, or he sent you something, then you sent us something where we did pay at some point 6,500?
I think we did. I think we did.
Like
Checking.
13 or
See
something.
if she remembers.
Huh?
She's check in with Trish to see if she remembers. 'Cause
This goes by last year or this year?
That's
2019 was the last time the tribe
19, yeah.
was with NCAI.
And that's when they paid 6,500.
I'm almost positive. I'd love to say yes, I was not so.
Oh, okay, so this one. So can't we just pass a resolution saying, to pay the membership dues?
Yeah, we can, but it should be specific in the
According to
the
their,
resolution.
okay then.
Because otherwise, I mean, the restaurants pay the membership dues, but you're not stating an amount and then but no, I mean, maybe we can. I'd love to say yes. And then, see, this is a sole source thing because it's an entity.
It's a membership, their membership dues, they're not
yeah.
providing a contract or a service.
So, you know, because it's over the 5,000 threshold, if we have 6,500 to spare. If not, then we have to write that waiver request to NCAI for the 150, as was stated in the email from Mr. Wright to me. I forgot that guy's name.
Past 4:30. Just kidding.
If your revenue exceeds 60 million, please consider increasing your dues as a contribution.
See, I don't know.
Like 30 grand ain't enough. And
See, I don't know if they consider our grants for our programs as our revenue too.
that's why we need those finance people to ask that question.
No, but I mean this right here, they're saying our revenue.
mean. Yeah,
Does that include our grant funding as well? In this revenue, and when they say.
No, I wouldn't think so. I would think it's like your casino, it's your farm operation, your land lease maybe. I don't think
If it's that, it's.
I don't think it would be over your grant.
Definitely less than 30 million. Definitely less than 30 million. We don't get 30 million from the farm casino. Grocery store, those are the only sources of revenue. The only source of revenue that we actually have that's actual cash revenue is from the farm, and that's a little over $1 million. We get no revenue from this, we don't get any kind of revenue from the casino or the store.
Travel membership thing?
We're back to the vote for the low bid.
But we were paying. First, it was like $100, then it was $1,000, then it went to $650. That's the last.
6,500, you mean?
No, $650.
Yeah, they don't even have a 650. Oh, yeah. So the 500 to $1 million.
In, over in Crook Creek, when they go to the vote, there's Crook Creek and Big Bend there, they're each one vote, and then people in Fort House, there are two votes, is that correct?
I don't know. That's the first I heard of it. Oh, real quick, don't discussion, Louis, they're voting on,
That asphalt project. A little bit.
she made the motion to go with the by whatever they're called, bituminous paving. Can't get a hold of Kylie or Chris to tell us, can bituminous or whatever they're called, get in here by the end of this year and get this paving done so we can close out the IHS contract, because IHS will not extend us any more time on this contract. And I don't know, like I said, I don't know where That is, if they got the bid,
Yep, and I'm assuming that they informed them.
they got the bid, but there's no saying when the date is
They informed them.
when they could do it, so. And they won't answer their phone, so we don't want to know. Would Jody even know? I don't know.
You know Jody's number? Make a decision, you don't know what you're seeing.
Otherwise, we'd have to pay back it's 185,000, you said that's up in there?
Hello?
Hey, Jody, sorry to bother. This is Clyde up here in the council meeting.
Yeah?
Hey, quick question, that bituminous, however you say that paving company out of Ortonville, Minnesota, were they able to come in and do the asphalt job this year or not? For that, to close out that West
I'm
Brew?
not sure, I would have to ask Chris.
Well, I've been trying to reach them and they won't answer their phones, and we're trying to do this because we need to pass a resolution to get this done.
Okay, oh my gosh, let me message Rod, okay? I'll message Rod and see if he knows anything about it.
All right, thank you.
Oh, yeah, you're welcome.
Rod's still hanging tough, huh?
Yes, he is. And that's, I said, I'm all right with it if Bituminous can get the job done, but if they can't, then if we lose Morris, then we're really screwed.
Yeah, and like I'm saying, I'm assured that when they solicited for the bid, that they gave them that information.
Trust me on that one, Dave.
No, it's not the others.
So in Tiller,
What is that for?
sorry, student of the week. I'm gonna take it in there. Apache girls.
Oh, you said that.
Yeah, that's where it hurt us. If you look at the second paragraph to the end on this, Mark Morris to Tim. If Lorbrew Enterprises elected to do all the preparation work and asphalt mix hauling and installation themselves, Morris Incorporated would be willing to provide asphalt mix at our plant located at Highway 273 and 1806 Junction at the unit price of $135 per ton. Morris doing it for themselves is $215 per ton. But if I remember the talk with Chris, is they can't do it at all.
Oh,
The Chris and them don't have the sheet.
Because they would have to go out there, tear out all the gravel, pack it down, get it ready for the asphalt jobs, corner it off, sit there and wait for the contractor to come, asphalt it, cone it off, let it dry and set up, then remove the cones and open up the road. They have to do that for every one of those parts they gotta go back and redo.
does she have a, like, big,
Caesar,
action?
so
cost her
what happened to
direct?
her? How was it? How long do those last?
In the essence of time,
And then how bad it is, I mean. And
I'm gonna resend my motion
She was across the street
so
from
we
me.
can move on to another issue and come back.
They're okay with the motion maker, we gotta rescind on his second to your motion until we hear from Jody on this, and we'll come back to it. Okay. Next one, NCI Tribal Nation membership request. Council out. So what we can do, like you said, approve the membership request based upon until when finance gets in here and gets us these numbers, we need to make that decision because we already know what our enrollment is. What we don't know is our revenue that determines our membership amount we have to pay. But we can still, in the meantime, even if we can't afford that, we can submit a letter to them requesting the waiver of the whatever it's supposed to be to the lowest rate possible. So is there a motion to approve NCAA Travel Nation membership for the second? Got a motion by Chris, second by Cody. Any discussion, Lewis? Vote Chris.
No.
Bailey?
Nope.
Jewel?
No.
No, Cody. Call for the vote, Lewis? Chris?
Four.
Bailey? Jewel?
Four.
Cody. Motion carries 5-4 against and not voting. Next one is, they said not October and only responses we can try. This is from Chris to Lewis.
No, to Tim.
Oh, to Tim. They said not October and only responses we can try. So they're not even guaranteeing they can do the
Well,
job.
then I just asked Kylie too, I said the.
Hold on, here he is. Hey, Chris. Chris? Hey, sorry to bother you on your church thing. Yeah, we're trying to figure this out between whatever they're called, bituminous or whatever, and Morris, is can that Minnesota company get this job done by the end of this year before this contract closes?
I actually emailed them yesterday and asked that question, and the response I got was, we can try. I believe Morris is $10,000 more, but with their plant being where it's at Kennebec Turn,
Yeah.
and they said they would get to it this month.
Yeah, I seen that when you were with that guy going over there measuring all those holes, so.
So it would be a matter of clarifying that they come and dig out the areas. I know it says it in the bid, but the gentleman I talked to was asking if we would do it.
From Morris or bituminous?
From Morris project, or the Morris bid.
And what did you tell him?
I asked for both bids, if they would do it, or what it would cost if they just brought the asphalt, and what it would cost if they did the entire project. So I believe the 163 is for the entire project.
For them to dig those holes out and get them ready for the asphalt?
Yeah, prepped.
Okay.
And that one's Morris?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Morris. And the other crew from Minnesota, initially I talked to them and they said they couldn't get to it for this year. And then the last time I spoke with him, he sounded like he was more interested, but again, it was iffy if they could get here.
Yeah, and then like that what Mitch said in our meetings, they won't extend this contract anymore and we need to close it out.
Correct.
So,
I think the safe bet is Morris, and they're ready to do it. And then the other contractors that I reached out to, I'm actually waiting on a bid, but they already said we can't get to it for a year and a half.
Jeez.
So what is your recommendation, Chris?
The other contractor that I contacted, same thing, year and a half.
Said Morris. Chris, Bailey's asking, what's your recommendation?
I recommend Morris.
All right. Thank you for the information.
Sorry to bother.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks,
All right.
Chris.
Thank you.
Yeah, but
I'll move with Morris.
got a motion to approve Morris?
Finish up this.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead. What we got on the NCAI?
Yeah.
Was that everyone voted? Oh,
Yeah.
No, it was getting to the vote.
Okay, we just finished off the
I voted for. I voted for.
Yeah, it passed. Right whenever he called.
5-0 against, I'm not voting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like,
It's all right. It's all right. It's been a long day.
all I heard is Cody was talking, heard a phone call, and
Now we got a motion on the floor by Chris for
Get him some.
Morris, you
Yeah.
said?
Yeah.
Is there a second?
Yeah, second.
Second by Faley. Any discussion, anybody? If not, call for the vote. Lewis? Chris?
Four.
Faley?
Four.
Stu?
Four.
Cody? Motion carries 5-0 against on that vote. Hope you're writing as fast as I can talk, Ursula. I ain't writing. I usually do. I'll catch up to it.
Do we have any personnel?
Next one is request to recontract with property insurance company.
Oh, yeah.
Recontract to the Mahoney Group Property Insurance Company, as we have been with them in previous years on record. This company is in the best interest of the tribe's business. We have previous claims about property damage and current bill installments that need to be paid. If you have any questions, please contact Alva, purchase manager. And here we go again. There's only one bid. For $254,736.
Excuse me? But she needs to come with more clarifications on that.
Well, this one's tabled.
And then I thought we did these ones.
Which ones?
So 638. Request.
in 2020, 324.
Next one,
That's your department.
real quick. Joel Bish, and am I the only one with this email, Urs? Okay.
Have it yet.
So as you see, the BIA Tribal Climate Resilience Grant Proposal, I've decided to submit this one, would like to request a resolution authorizing its submission. Approve the Department of Wildlife, Fish and Recreation to submit a grant proposal. The BIA Tribal Climate Resilience Annual Awards Program to support the Lower Brew North River Restoration, Ecosystem Restoration Project. Got a motion by Chris. Is there a second? Second by Lewis. Any discussion, anybody?
What is it?
For
Joel Bish, the Tribal Climate Resilience.
Yeah, discussion.
Okay. Lewis, 4. Chris? Bailey?
Four.
Jewel? 4. Cody? Motion carries 5-0 against it, not voting.
at least 2 from Brenda.
Yeah, let me,
Are we the first?
okay.
Whereas the Lord Bruce Sioux Tribe highest priority project, HPP, the BIA 10 Tiger project, and whereas the Lord Bruce Sioux Tribe was awarded HPP funding in the amount of $1 million towards the BIA 10 Tiger grant, or Tiger project, and whereas the Lord Bruce Sioux Tribe is requesting that HPP funding be provided through Public Laws 93-638 contract, and whereas the Lord Bruce Sioux Tribe has determined that it is in the best interest of the tribe and its members to designate Ivan Umberger as tribal project engineer and Percy Estes as tribal project representative to administer and perform project oversight of the construction activities. Now therefore be it resolved, the Lord Bruce Sioux Tribe hereby approves requests to utilize 638 contract with BIA to administer the HPP funding. Further be resolved that the Lord Bruce Sioux Tribe hereby approves Ivan Umberger as tribal project engineer and Percy Estes as tribal project representative for HPP.
For motion.
So moved.
Motion by Chris. Second by Cody. Any discussion, anybody? Not, call for the vote. Lewis. Chris.
4.
Bailey.
4.
Jewel.
4.
Cody. Motion carries 5-0 against it, not voting. Second one, Chris.
Says approval to close out MOA with Central Federal Lands Highway Division for Tiger Grant. Whereas the Lord Bruce Sioux Tribe received a Tiger Grant the amount of $21 million, and whereas the Lord Bruce Sioux Tribe and the Central Federal Lands Highway Division of the Federal Highway Administration entered into a MOA on September 16, 2019. Or CFLHD to accept and manage in cooperation with the tribe and FHWA South Dakota Division to Tiger Grant funding for the project. And whereas CFLHD has completed construction contract associated with Tiger Grant, and whereas Lord Bruce Sioux Tribe would like to finalize and close out / terminate MOA with the CFLHD And whereas Lorbury Sioux Tribe would like to request any unused remaining Tiger Grant funding, including the tribal transportation safety funding and Tiger Grant agreement, to be used towards construction activities, culvert installation, grade raise, transition smoothness, etc., that were removed from the Tiger Grant due to lack of funding. And whereas Lorbury Sioux Tribe would like to request this funding remaining in the Tiger Grant. And whereas Lorbury Sioux Tribe would like to complete construction activities utilizing tribal employees and equipment. And whereas the Lorbury Sioux Tribe has determined that it is in the best interest of the tribe and its members to designate Ivan Umberger as tribal project engineer and Percy Estes as tribal project representative to administer and perform project oversight of the construction activities. And now be it resolved that the Lorbury Sioux Tribe hereby requests the closeout terminate MOA with CFLHD. Further be it resolved that the Lorbury Sioux Tribe hereby approves Ivan Umberger as tribal project engineer and Percy Estes as tribal project representative for finishing construction activities and unused funding may be complete.
Is there a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Chris, second.
Second.
Second by Chris. Any discussion, anybody? Call for the vote. Lewis. Chris. Kaylee. Jewel. Cody. Motion carries 5-4 against not voting. Real quick, Tim, back to your one on, resolution to authorize the tribal executive signature authority to sign off on payment for a pre-engineered metal building.
And that's with Stan Morgan, right? Oh, no, that's the equipment, never mind, sorry.
No, this is
Yep,
Eagle
I know.
Construction for,
Yep.
37% down payment, 135,605. Just so we could lock in the price and begin the fabrication. So they can order the building,
And I,
When we did,
because they said they want to get started on the frame before, the end of this year.
that happened.
when did we approve, or what did we approve last time?
That's what I thought, we already approved this.
We approved, I thought we approved Sea Eagle for the bid.
I thought it was.
Did something with this.
The engineer was in here and you approved Siegel, yes.
But I thought there was it a concurrence maybe?
I think it was just a resolution where you approved Siegel on, because Matt was in here from KLJ.
Yeah, it was Matt and those two other guys. I can't remember their names, but.
Right here, steel building, I thought.
Yep.
Motion was made for Cody to approve a down payment for building, or is this different?
No, it is.
That
I
one
mean,
didn't pass. Keep reading.
did it?
Oh, yeah, it did then. You're right.
I think because,
It goes back to the financial policy. I keep.
no, she wasn't in here to help approve it. She had left. She had a doctor's appointment.
Also too, do we have, and I'm asking, Deb to look into that whenever we got that grant for the grocery store. I'm pretty sure that we need to have community involvement. We've never had a community meeting about this project. And with this substantial amount of investment for this project, the community we need to have input from them. Talking to community about it, they would rather see us work on the treatment facility instead of making this big of an investment into an operation that is probably going to fail because we have to put so much money into it, and the grocery store we have now has expired groceries there. It's not a sustainable project, but I would like us to go to the community, have a community meeting, like with most grants, that is a requirement to get community input on this. And we haven't done that either.
Yeah, we did. Remember.
On the grocery store?
Remember the last meeting? Was you with us when we had the last community meeting?
I cooked.
Okay. I gave an update, and I think, if I remember right, part of my update was the grocery store.
But you know how like whenever Sheldon's doing that one for the carbon use or whatever, and they had to actually do a community meeting, just like with the ICDB grant, it's a grant requirement to do a community meeting, get community input and involvement, especially with the project this major.
Does that say that?
Yeah, so I was gonna have,
We have to have community input in order to get a grocery store? Or does it say?
no, in the grant,
Right.
the grant that we got, the 3.3.
For the store?
For the store, yeah.
We have to have a community input?
Yeah, community input, and I'm sure it does say in the financial policies,
Well,
But this was passed by the previous council.
right?
So, I mean, it just defeats the purpose.
To get community involvement,
If we already approved it from the previous council.
if they approved it, that means they had community input, right? Is that
I
right?
don't know, I just feel like we should take it to the community, because right now the consensus that I'm getting is that we don't need it.
I haven't heard that. I mean, everybody keeps asking me when we get in the grocery store. I never heard anybody say they were against the grocery
Yeah, they're all
store.
talking about, everybody, people want the cheap.
Those are your
That should be a bigger-
those are your constituents saying that?
That should be a bigger priority.
Should make a motion to turn the money back then. Let's make a motion to turn the money back, and we won't have
Please
it.
don't talk to me, thank you.
Well,
My issue, I mean, my opinion on that whole issue with the grocery store, I never heard anybody sit there and say, a lot of them actually said we need a grocery store here because traveling, traveling off the reservation all the time. They'd rather be here than sit there and do that.
Yeah, so I think we should get community involvement. I think we
Well,
should have community.
Because I think like what Clyde already stated, it was already passed. And I think we have to make a motion to go forward because in the end, when it comes down to business, we're taking risk even with the treatment facilities.
But that should be more of a priority than this huge spending.
Well, I mean, to be,
The tribe's cost is,
5 mil.
no, the grants have covered 5 million. Our only cost to the tribe is about 1.5 million.
It's not a sustainable, it won't be a sustainable business.
That's-
You can mark my words that we will end up having to put money into this business as opposed to it. We will never see, I promise you, mark my words, we will never see a return on our investment in this grocery store. Mark my word. Never
Don't ever what?
see a return on the investment. Most of
So
our people,
our-
most of our people here live off.
Our investment is, what, 1.5 million? Right, the rest is with.
No, the last quote I got was a $5 million. But
I don't know.
all in there.
I don't know.
It's all in there.
Look on the front.
The money, it's all there. It's in English.
Please stop talking to me.
Look on the front page of this thing he just gave you. It says available to date. There's 5.8 million from grants alone. The tribe's funds committed by Lordbridge Tribe per resolution 2021-040 and 2022-246, 1.519529.
So our total tribe's investment is 1.5 mil.
Yep, out of us. And
And some of those funds aren't even totally designated to the grocery store project.
I would agree.
It was taken upon somebody
They were designated in
just to
resolutions.
earmark them for themselves.
They were designated in resolutions too.
Haley, you have to understand, we've been working on this project before you came
Right.
into council. And if the council at that time didn't think it was a good idea, we never would have approved it. You have to understand when we're going through COVID, it's a food sovereignty issue, just trying to feed our people. And I don't see how this grocery store would be a loss for our community.
Because of the amount of money it's taking to develop it.
But the majority is government funds. The majority is not our money. If you look at the revenue, just EBT alone, and how much people just spend on pop and chips and pizza. I mean, look at the KWO is self-sustaining right now. What we're doing is just expanding that and gonna keep more dollars here on the reservation instead of going to Fort or Chamberlain or Walmart.
But this grocery store, look at the design of this grocery store. There's over, like with all of the equipment inside this grocery store, a video lottery,
There's-
beer cave. Can I finish, please? The beer cave, all of the 7 or 8 different,
beer-
checkout lanes or whatever. When you go to Chamberlain, there's one checkout. So I think the scale, I wanted this to be scaled down a little bit, and then yes, maybe we could probably get a return on the investment, or we could probably, it would be effective in our community. But we don't have the population or the income for this scale of a project.
I'm sorry, you're misinformed because we paid a professional engineer that wasn't KLJ to study this for us.
We paid a professional engineer to study for that Justice Center over there and look, it's going under.
Well, I'm sorry, the Justice Center is not a grocery store.
I know, but we paid a professional engineer
I'm
for
not-
a feasibility study on the propane as well, and look at that.
This is, like I said,
Feasibility studies are in favor of their pocket.
this is a win for our community. I'm not gonna go.
So let's ask the community that. Can we go?
The council already approved it in 21. We're just holding up progress because they need to order the building so they can start the construction. And the longer we wait, inflation keeps rising, the price is gonna go up, and then we will have to turn all this money back. Yeah.
No, we have to follow the finance policy.
What is the finance policy? What does it have to do with this?
That we have to make sure that it's follow the policy and procedures to do that big of a spending, that much money. Not only that, but it does, even the charter says if there's over $5,000 worth spending that we have to go to the
But
community.
we already passed the Sea Eagle to be the construction company.
I'm not, you're not hearing what I'm saying. All we need to do is go through that procedure. That's it. Let's follow our own policy.
What procedure are you
The
talking about?
personnel, oh my gosh. To spend over $5,000, there is a procedure that is in place. According to the charter even. And 100% the charter says community involvement as well, let alone the paperwork, documentation. I understand
I make a
that.
motion to go forward with that, start the pre-building of that store.
To violate the policy?
There's a motion on the floor by Lewis. Is there a second? First call. Second call for a second to his motion.
I'll second.
Second by Cody. Discussion, Lewis. Chris. Haley.
In our audit report is our major ding for not following our own policies. I cannot say this till I'm blue in the face. Whenever we bring these types of things to the council before they are approved from, and every other program has to have approval from finance to say that we are following the policy. So when we bring it, when somebody brings it to us to overlook that policy or to just basically undermine that policy, that's where we're getting dinged in our audit. That's where we look like we're idiots and we can't follow our own policy. This can't happen. I cannot allow this to happen because it's a major expenditure that is violating the policy and the charter. By having it brought to us without going through the proper procedures like every other program is required to do and are following that process and that procedure.
Call Deb, put her on the phone.
Exception.
Call Deb and put her on the
You
phone.
want to call Deb, call Deb.
Oh, you're the one that wants to hold it up. So that, you said we need to follow policy. So I want to ask
do.
Deb.
We do.
How
Then
are,
call her and ask
so
her.
how is this violating policy?
Because it doesn't go, oh my gosh, I just said it.
137 because,
Yes, because it's over $5,000.
but it's the contractor.
Yes, and any contracts or spendings over 5,000 to follow the financial policy and procedure. I don't know why you can't take my word for it, Clyde. You want to call Deb, call Deb.
So are you saying the contractor has to call around and get the building size that was ordered, 3 different bids for the same building, the same size? Doesn't even make sense.
What? Yes, it does. Just like with these supplies from Stan Morgan too. We need to get bids on those too.
Maybe if we have more finance meetings, we can discuss this and pass it.
Yeah, and that does need to happen because we need to quit having individuals come to us and get us to violate our own policies.
But there was a motion and a second. And if you're done discussion, we'll move on to Jewel for discussion.
Let's hear from the finance then. Get them in here in a meeting. I think we've got enough dings against us. We don't need any more.
It's a big rush.
Do we have anything on personnel?
There's 6 jobs.
Can we do personnel tomorrow?
I'm leaving tomorrow for Rapids. So we're gonna get this done.
You have meetings, huh?
What?
Yeah.
Drive up there.
Friday, I'm leaving at noon.
On the, while we're waiting for Cody. You need to look at this letter from Chris Ann Stevens.
To Chris Ann?
Yeah, to Chris Ann. You know, I know you're upset about while we're waiting for that on the grocery store, but I don't know, like I said, where you're getting your information from on maybe those girls back there opposed it because they might have spent our money without our approval. But I look at this, there ain't just gonna be a grocery store. There's gonna also be like their pizza chicken place.
Yeah.
They were also gonna add a little place in there for, if I remember on the original talks, when we discussed this in the last council, for people that wanted to do food fundraisers, the use of that kitchen to do that.
And that was intended for the KWOTP too. They were gonna put a little.
Not only that, and I told him, we don't even have beer, so I don't know about the beer cave. But then when Sean Grazel came to the council and wanted to open a sports outdoor apparel store, was more or less like what the hunting lodge could be doing, selling licenses, shells, gear. We could put a store part of that in there. You know, I mean, there's so many options you have.
So the
But it's-
understanding, Clyde, and I want to help you understand where I'm coming from. The people voted me here. The people put me here, and I'm here to voice the people's concerns. And I say that all the time. I'm here to bring to the table what the people, some of the views on the people, not just my constituents, but, and I talked to a lot of people. I talked to a lot of people. So when I get a consensus in the community, I don't work for, my interest isn't with the finance lady saying, oh, they spent our money. That's an accusation. But where I'm coming from is I talk to people and they tell me that this grocery store is not a priority.
Well, how
And
come they don't talk to all of us
I know,
instead
that's
of
what I'm
just one
saying, that's
person?
what I'm saying.
So
We should go-
I don't know.
We should talk to the community, we should. We should have another community meeting because the last time they didn't get to talk very much.
So
Yeah,
you're,
they did, they
so,
talked till 5, 6 o'clock.
well, it got off track and everybody walked out because the meeting took the turn for the worst.
That's why when if we do it again, we should have a set agenda on what we're gonna do.
Like I said, I don't know why, to me, I was on the council, so you ain't offending me. You got thick skin in this job. But then we're disrespecting the last council that approved the project. If they thought it was a good project, why is it an issue now? And it wasn't that because we didn't talk to community. The job of the tribal council is to look out for the best interest of the tribe and the future of the tribe. By food sovereignty, that's the way I look at it. I mean, why should we make Pierre and Fort Thompson and Chamberlain rich and keep those dollars right here and create jobs and
And
be able to have
and
that?
anybody who has, I mean, I have business management degree as well. And regards to what the feasibility study is, and I haven't even seen the feasibility study for the store yet. I would love to see that.
It's attached to
I
that.
thought we got in our emails.
It's from
Fine?
Klein something.
So then, but anybody with any kind of business mind, whenever you have the majority of the population, which is a very small population, that is living off of EBT and commodities, there's not going to be any revenue generated in that project, in that grocery store. Let alone the scale of it. That's why I asked if we could scale it down to, half the size that it is, because it's going to be twice as big as Lynn's.
But why would you not take the money that was given to you to build
I asked that. I asked if we could stay
And-
within the parameters of the
and-
grant.
and still use that building space for other uses? I mean,
I asked if we
makes
could
sense to
stay
me,
within the parameters of the grant.
but we're on discussion.
No more.
Okay. Lewis made the motion. Who made the second? Was it you?
Did you discuss?
Cody.
Cody made the second for the resolution 22. Well, I ain't got a motion yet or a number on it, but to authorize the tribal signature authority to sign off on payment for a pre-engineered metal building, PEMB. Call for the vote. Lewis.
Vote.
Chris.
Staying.
Bailey.
Against.
Jewel.
Abstain.
Cody.
4.
Motion dies lack of 4 votes.
All those people are sitting out there. Well,
Okay. So next one.
6:38. Chris Sand letter.
Yeah.
Do that already?
No, resolution request to recontract 638 for FY 2024.
Is that why Sonia was in here and said that she was gonna
Yeah,
draft?
but she took it with her and brought this back for this meeting.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
What was the pleasure of the council?
So moved.
A motion by Chris. Is there a second?
second.
Second by Cody. In discussion, anybody? Not call for the vote. Lewis. Chris. Bailey.
4.
Jewel.
4.
Cody.
4.
Motion carries 5-4 against the not voting, sign it right now. What is the next one? Oh, no. Resolution request for purchase over 5,000 coming from health admin.
I thought we did that one.
No,
Ruski?
no, this is select coating for 6854 FH flooring per IHS inspection. I don't know.
Do that one then.
We have
No, that one, they just handed me.
Oh, okay, see this one. I do the M.
Looks like the work was already done in 17. Oh, that can't be right.
Yeah, do that. Yeah.
Will you guys?
Oh.
What?
there's, FH flooring per IHS inspection project number 28897. There's 3 bids. The low bid is Select Coating for 6854. I can call for a motion to approve.
I look at it once.
I don't know, I haven't seen it. I'm asking just right now what the heck it is.
Send it back to you.
So is it from Christine?
It's like Victoria.
Yep,
Oh, Victoria?
Christine and Victoria.
I'm going to go with the low bid.
Will you already?
Yep. There wasn't a second yet.
Oh, Chris made the motion? To approve?
Yeah. That's, what is this?
Second. Select vote, what, you mean?
Victoria.
Yeah, I'll second.
So motion by Chris, second by Cody. Any discussion, anybody? Call for the vote, Lewis? Chris? Lee?
Four.
Jewel?
Four.
Cody? Motion carries 5-4-0 against none. Not voting.
Indian Health is looking for to lease some lots up by the Justice Center to put up 2 duplexes. Just need a 25-year lease.
So what say the council?
Wait a minute, what's happening? They want to lease a duplex somewhere?
Well, they want to lease the land to put duplexes up
Built IHS home.
for employees.
So isn't that a BIA thing?
The council has to
IHS.
approve it.
BIA and IHS are separate.
No, but I mean, doesn't all land leases go through BIA?
In a sense, it would just giving us authorization to approve them to work with, IHS to do the lot and the scoping and all that.
Push it back and then it's just right back at our table next month. Might as well do it now.
Motion?
Got a motion by Chris, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Lewis, any discussion, Lewis?
Like Cody.
Second by Cody, any discussion, Lewis?
None.
Chris? Bailey?
No.
Jewel?
No.
Cody? Nope, call for the vote, Lewis? Chris? Bailey? Jewel?
4.
Cody? Vote. Motion carries 5-4-0 against, I'm not voting.
Grab them.
Does that go back
Hold
to
on,
Earth?
we got,
Does this go back to Earth? Yeah. Yes, it goes back to Earth.
it goes back down. Need to make a decision, Farmers National.
Oh, yeah.
There, was it 120?
I can't.
A year?
They're not quite done with that.
I thought that's what we had said last meeting to have them do
120?
that. And then
It was the 3 year first and then the 5 year we wanted it or something like that. I got it in my office somewhere.
Between,
have you that one. Remember we said-
I mean, how long are they gonna take to get back to us?
They say, I mean, anything I bring in here is gonna get shot down anyway, so.
Not only you, me too, so. But,
Just, I don't know if we're giving away $5.5 million or not.
I think we are. I hate to say it, but I really think we are. You at least can't say you didn't try.
Just a little-
Make it a pot shop, everybody will sign on for it then. Grow weeds, make millions.
Averaging $139,000 a month on theirs.
Off their own people. It was, what was the deal when we said they wanted to wait to come back to us for Farmers National? What did they need to put together for us?
I've texted them and I haven't heard back from them.
They wanted to do a Zoom actually with us with their proposal
That's what I was thinking.
for the 3 year phase. Or the
They wanted 5 years.
they want it in 3 phases. Okay, rangeland review, state of situation. So that was gonna be the first phase.
But the issue was with their money. They were asking, was it 120,000 a year? Or 130,000 or 150,000?
That was 135,000. I think we have 100,000. But we can go back and work with them and scale it back.
Oh, that's what it was. Remember the RL, rangeline specialist that oversees? Their price was to be determined. And so their price was 75,000 for the first year, and then they were gonna get back to us on what their price was. So the first phase was for 75,000 plus if theirs was under the 25,000 that we would be able to go with them. And then their second phase was 125,000, and then their third phase, it doesn't say. That's the 5 year. But the first phase, rangeland review and state of situation, consultation performed in fall of 2023. Price $75,000 from the Farmers National Company. Okay, and then that's what the other thing was, that was the holdup, was the RLL performed by a rangeland specialist. We don't have a price from them yet, and they were gonna get it, but they were gonna be overseen by these people. Farmers National Company.
So now they're holding up the show again because we can't approve nothing until we get the accurate number of what they want to charge per year then.
Yep, they were gonna come up with like basically a task.
So somebody better get a hold of them, tell them you better hurry up because you're holding up people's leases. Otherwise, you might as well scrap the idea of raising people's leases and take the loss. All right, bring them in, Chris.
What was this, is health board? Did I miss
Oh,
that?
no, I'm sorry.
So do you want me to do that, Cliff, or?
Tim's already got the connection. He can send them an
So then
email.
that's for somebody that you're talking about?
Either one. It doesn't matter to me who does it.
Because they said they were going to request Zoom, and they have not requested Zoom yet.
That's why I thought we needed a sense of urgency here. This is personnel, so this is gonna be close. We got one more I forgot to pass. Great Plains Tribal Leaders Health Board and the Lower Sioux Tribe. MOU that they want to go through.
We already have one in place, this is just renewing or what?
I'm not sure. This is a Christine deal. It's a MOU with the Great Plains Tribal Leaders Health Board and Lower Sioux Tribe Health
What does
Department.
he tell you with that, Chris?
Really see it too. Fine.
What's the,
The MOU between the Great Plains Tribal Leaders Health Board and the tribe on the STI and teen pregnancy initiative.
Christina played this earlier this morning about.
Testing and education for,
Testing and.
so this says the program goal and objectives, the collaboration between the, that's a STI, TPPI, and Lord Sioux Tribe is designed to increase participation and engagement towards reducing teen pregnancies, sexual risk behaviors, and STIs. To advance this overreaching goal, the STI, TPPI, and Lord Sioux Tribe will work to assess the level of current prevention education needs in communities and community settings, implement multiple curricula with supportive training and technical assistance, and evaluate the success of curricula on providing prevention education. And it just said meetings shall occur as needed and determined by each community. Like a 2-year? Those are renewed annually, but 3 year. I do this too. I saw my email. Jesse needs tribal authority to sign off on the West Central to shut off the terminate services at the.
You needed what?
He just sent it this afternoon. Or this morning, I guess. Good morning, slide that either you or a representative from the Lord Sioux Tribe please sign the line. This line release. We will then get our facilities retired. We typically only ask for this in rural areas, but because of the fire, we know the location won't be used anytime soon. If something needs to be installed in the future, we'll treat it as a new service. Then he sent a letter you can sign.
Is that a digital letter?
It looks like it.
I'll look at it as soon as we get done.
Yep.
Shirley, what's our COVID count at? Oh, she left. I haven't got one all week. What's the pleasure of the council on this?
The MOU, I'll move approval.
Got a motion by Chris, second by Cody. Any discussion? Chris? Haley?
Nope.
Jewel?
No.
Yep. Cody, call for the vote. Chris?
4.
Faley?
4.
Jewel?
4.
Cody? Motion carries 4-4, 1 absent. Personnel, you can come on up. Sorry for the long wait.
For being patient.
Just voted on this one. Take care.